Alright, and now we're starting Sonic the Hedgehog 2. My personal favorite Sonic game. Yep, not Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I prefer Sonic 2 to Sonic 3. Maybe not the most popular opinion. Sonic 3 Knuckles is held as the classic in a lot of people's eyes, but I like Sonic 2 more. I can go more into that later, though. For now, we start off in Green Hill Zone. Well, it's named Emerald Hill Zone, but they're the same level. Told you, there's one in every game. Well, the first most obvious new addition is our little sidekick there, Tails the Fox. He is a fox with 2 tails, and he can twirl them like helicopter blades to fly. Yet don't ask me how that works, but but he can do that. Won't mean anything until Sonic 3 and Knuckles. You can play as him all you want, but you can't fly with him in this game. It wouldn't become mechanical until next. You see him flying around on screen now, but that's because the AI will do it to catch up to you when you lose him. And Chaos Emeralds work a little differently. I'll be showing that off a little later. You'll see what I mean when I get there. I promise. But no, so this game is a lot faster than Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Like, a lot faster. You may not realize it because I'm the one playing, but as an apology for the last act, I decided to at least go fast through Act 2 and get this done as fast as I could, since I spent so long in Act 1. One major difference between the previous game and this one is what happened to our poor Dr. Robotnik here. His fights will get a lot less gimmicky. And a lot easier, for the most part. Some of the fights in this game can be pretty painful, but overall, his boss fights are going to start going downhill from this point on. Like, for instance, the first one in the previous game was a giant ball and chain that was swinging around and quite dangerous. This game, you know, you saw, he was just a tank with a grill on it. But I figured you might want to see them because, well, I hate the special stages in this game, so I don't do them. I figured you might want to see, so here's Tails to show you a special stage. The idea is you get 50 rings and you approach a checkpoint, and when you pass it, there will be a halo of stars above it. You jump into that. And then you'll be put to this little half-pipe thing here. And your goal is to collect a set amount of rings while avoiding bombs. And that's all there is to it, except the later ones are obnoxious. Like, really, really obnoxious. So, you have to really get good at these if you want to get them all. And the thing is, I prefer the bad ending, first of all. I think the bad ending works better than the actual good ending. But 2, if you get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, you get to become Super Sonic, which is like turning on God mode. Except I hate playing with God mode on. I'd rather just play the game. So, I prefer the bad ending, and I don't like the reward, so why would I ever get good at these? You know? You know, I'm showing the first one here. This one, don't be deceptive. This is the first one. It's really easy. 2 and 3 are also really easy. 4, 5, and 6, those special stages are so obnoxious that no. No. Yeah, as I say there, I hate those special stages, so everything combined means I don't do them. I never do them. I may have done them for a bonus video, But after that, I'm never doing them again. But enough about that. We're in one of the most famous levels of Sonic history, Chemical Plant Zone. Badass music, badass aesthetic. This level's just fun. And you can go really fast in this level. Like, you can outrun the screen. In some cases. It's fun. It's really, really fun. You know, look at this. We couldn't go this fast in Sonic 1. To assist in the speed, they did two things. One, they removed the speed cap that existed in Sonic 1, so you can run faster. And two, they introduced the spin dash. Oh, I knew I could get 100. Well, I'm gonna go for it. But yeah, they introduced the spin dash. If you aren't moving, you can press down to crouch. Then you can press the jump button to start revving up. And when you release the down button, you'll go flying in the direction you're facing, curled in the ball. It's amazingly fun, and it's amazingly fast-paced. It's essentially Sonic's definitive move. And it was introduced here, so more reasons for me to love this game. I apologize for the shield quality. If you've never seen a Sonic video on YouTube before, this is just a problem. It's something to do with the frame rate. I apologize. There's not a whole lot I can do about it. Yeah, Chemical Plant Zone. What a fun level, right? And I'm gonna say that about, like, basically every level in this game. There is not a single... There's one level that I hate. There's a level later on in the game that I hate. Everything else is really fun. Oh, and by the way, remember, I hold unpopular opinions, so that level that I hate isn't the one you're thinking about, if you know what if you know this game. Don't assume you understand which level I hate. I may actually like the level you're thinking of. But I shouldn't assume that you're assuming. Let's just not assume at all. It'll save us all the trouble. But that's for later. Right now we're coming up to a stressful part that everybody seems to either love or hate. I'm kind of meh about it, really. It's just a section. But the water rises, or the chemical rises, and you're on these blocks, and you have to keep ahead, and you have to get to the end before you drown, but you know, honestly, it's not that hard, so as long as you don't stress out over it and just keep your cool and make them jumps, there's nothing to be really nervous about. I love that little safety platform they added down there. Alright, so speaking of you know, what befell Dr. Robotnik. He comes in the screen at just that right angle for you to make that jump. I imagine you wanted to see the boss fight, maybe. You wanted to see what he would do. Well, I'm glad to say I played through this game exactly twice to show off certain things that I didn't show during my playthrough. Because that "And Now Tails Shows" segment is going to be a thing. I'm sorry if this breaks pace for you. I figured it might be nice. I'll show you how you actually fight him. At least how I think they want you to fight him anyway. As you can see, he collects chemicals in a vial and drops it. That's about it. It had been years since I fought him like that. You know, as soon as you figure out you can jump on him like that, there's no better way to do it. And now, there was water in Chemical Plant Zone, obviously, or whatever we were in. But this is the actual water level. And because everybody hated Labyrinth Zone except for me, they learned a lesson, which is good. If everybody has a problem with something, learn from it. Even if people like me like it the way it was, you know. It's good to learn what's unpopular and what's popular and keeping your fan base happy. And Aquatic Ruin is not a bad level. In fact, the lesson learned is actually something I can appreciate. All the water is on the bottom half of this level, and the entire top path is dry, which rewards your skill, because, you know, if you're good and you're skillful and you have this level memorized, you can just stay on the top path and not have to worry about the water at all. Whereas if you want to, or you aren't as good, or you make a mistake, your punishment is dealing with the water. Or if you want to go down there and deal with the water, you can do that. Sometimes I do. Sorry about that. I had to pause and clear my throat. Bye, Tails. I don't know what he was doing there, but... No, this level's nice. It's got a nice theme, and it's got a really nice look to it. I like the background in Aquatic Ruin, and I like the water. The water looks really good. You know, I'm gonna keep singing this game's praise. I don't have a whole lot of complaints in this one. You know, I used to, because let me tell you something. I used to like Sonic 3 more than Sonic 2 back when I was a kid, because this game's harder than Sonic 3. So I liked the easier of the two more because, well, it was easier. But then one day I realized that, one, I actually really like this game a lot for its difficulty, and two, I don't even care about the Chaos Emeralds. So, with that in my mind, this became my favorite. And we'll delve more into Sonic 3 later, because there is another aspect to that that is important to know. But another easy boss fight. Just jump on the pillar as he starts and make sure he doesn't hit you with the hammer. You can imagine I'm going to show you the intended way with Tails, right? Hey, music! Music! Thank you. Don't know what that was about. And now Tails, to show another intended boss fight. Another one that I haven't fought in years, the way you're intended to. So forgive my bad performance. But this is how I remember you were intended to do it. This is how I used to do it before I even thought about jumping on top of the pillar. And I imagine you can jump on top of the pillar from one of the arrows that gets high enough for you to do that, but... Or are they spears? I'm not sure. Now that jump I made right there, that's really hard to make, because I try it twice more and can't do it. Like, I don't know how I did it the first time. But I do know how I did that. Sheer stupidity and not paying attention. Oh. After that proper shaming, let's just move on with the game. Yep, I seriously jumped into it. Casino Night Zone, another legendary level. I don't get to Act 2 in Episode 1 because I dick around too much. I just love having fun in this level. It's fun to bounce around, and there's a lot of these bumper things and those pinball bumper paddle things. Just a bunch of stuff to bounce on, and it gets really fun, and, well, it also has slot machines. Now, I don't go overboard with the slot machines, but I did promise myself 5 spins, so... You'll see that next episode. We'll see if I get lucky or not. I also accidentally ended up on a pathway I didn't intend to here. See, I've never been this way before. I always go on the lower path because there's a secret on the lower path that I like getting. And I didn't get to show that off, so you can imagine that Tails might be showing that off. I'd never seen that slot machine before. I thought they were all in Act 2. I didn't realize there was any in Act 1, so there I am learning something new. And there's another one above us, but see, I'm having too much fun. Just bouncing around and wasting time. Oh, but regardless, it still only took me like a minute and a half to beat the level, so this game goes by quickly enough. It's okay for me to cut loose and have some fun, isn't it? Once again, if you're the type who cares, I ask, why do you even care at all? But I'm going to show that secret off now. If you follow the lower pathway, you'll eventually end up here. I don't need to show you the 50 seconds it took me to get here. Yeah, you'll eventually end up here if you take the lower path. And if you come down here, into this pit, they want you to roll up the sides and get out. But if you monitor your speed and hold to the right, there's an extra life in the wall. Alright. Well, that's the end of episode 1. See you in episode 2. Have a good day. Bye.